gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Bet podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only, aka the Black Hole, Dylan Fields.
Shell City. Shell City.
Show City.
Yeah, Patrick. Shell City. Shell City.
Well, Dylan, how have you been?
I'm all right.
You
Just
all right?
chilling.
Just
Hanging in
chilling.
there. Enjoying these Guardians,
You mean the
as
best team in
always.
baseball?
As of today, yes.
Yeah,
We're
as of
losing
today.
we're
We're right
losing
now.
2-0 right now to the Red Sox.
Oh, we're losing right now.
2-0, yeah.
You know, Lynn will catch it sometimes. We were up 5-1 last night, and then I turned off the game for 20 minutes, and we were losing 5-6, but somehow managed to pull it through in extra innings.
I've learned that we're a second half team. We always come back in the fourth quarter, so um I'm not worried. It's only the sixth inning.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where we start to turn up the engines. Our starting pitching hasn't been too great.
Yeah, and today was Lively's first start for us.
Oh my. We just got a new relief pitcher too. I saw. I don't
From
know
the
much
Padres?
about him, but huh?
From the Padres?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about him, but
I don't either.
anyways, let's go ahead and get into some news that happened before we get into some of these previews slash recaps. Um, first of all, OJ Simpson died. We'll just
Rest in peace.
is he really resting in peace though?
I don't know. Did you hear that his family had to sign NDAs to come see him?
Yeah,
Pretty crazy.
yeah, that is crazy. Um, was Kim Kardashian there?
No.
Which one? I know one of the Kardashians is supposedly his kid,
Chloe.
Chloe,
Yeah.
and that's Tristan Thompson's baby mom. Oh my God, that's one messed up part of the family.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that's nuts. Did you see that his lawyers wouldn't allow anyone to test out his brain for CTE?
Yeah.
I thought that's nuts because a lot of these scientists were offering like a lot of money for it too.
Oh yeah. But no, they wouldn't let them get near his brain.
Yeah, I don't see why personally, but maybe
Yeah,
just
I'm not sure.
in hopes that it would just die down. But
Yeah.
I don't know. In other news, did you see what happened with Juju Smith-Schuster?
His flaccid penis.
Yes, he
Yeah, I saw
exposed
that.
his flaccid penis on IG with the girl in the car. Um, very, very interesting move, and Belichick's not there to have any comments on it anymore. So I'm interested whether Pat McAfee is going to mention anything about it during the NFL draft or not, because Belichick's going to be joining him for the NFL draft.
I thought I saw it wasn't Belichick on today.
Yeah, he was on today, and then he's going to be on their show throughout the whole NFL draft.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so exciting stuff there. Curious what Belichick has to say about Juju Smith's flaccid penis on IG and what he would do if he was still head coach.
No, absolutely.
Yes. Um, since we talked about Belichick, apparently there was news that broke out earlier today about Arthur Smith talking to Robert Kraft on Bill Belichick, and Robert Kraft kind of dogged
Arthur
Belichick.
Arthur
Smith,
wasn't Arthur Smith.
Arthur Blank.
Blank.
Yeah, Arthur Blank. My bad. They were both Falcons last year. Um, but what do you think about, Robert Kraft kind of, dogging Belichick and ruining his chances of coaching anywhere else?
I don't like it because That man brought you six championships
in 20 years.
along with Tom Brady and basically 20 years of greatness. And then you're gonna go and tell another organization that he's hard to deal with. You put up with him for 20 some years. Like obviously it was worth it, right? I don't
Right.
know. Something about that rubbed me wrong, especially the fact that he came out and publicly said that too.
Yeah, and I still haven't watched the Dynasty, but I heard there was a lot of, Belichick hate on the Dynasty, which was the Apple TV
Mhm.
show on the Patriots Dynasty. And a
Yeah.
lot of it was, dogging Belichick and talking about Belichick's bad times more than the good.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was reading too, that was very biased against Belichick.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of it had to do with, Belichick not listening to scouting reports and just going off of his gut, but I mean, if you got six Lombardi trophies in 20 years, you're considered the greatest coach of all time. You can do what you want, in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah. When you're elevated to like God tier status of coaching, like Nick Saban, I mean, I think you just throw all out the door.
Yeah, you can do what you want. If you want to go with your scouting team, go with your scouting team. If you don't, you don't. Like, obviously, you know what you're doing on the football field more than the scouting team knows what they're doing on the football field. Otherwise, they would be the head coach.
Right.
Um, But talking about that Patriots dynasty, I don't know how true this really is or how serious Tom Brady was on this. But apparently now he doesn't roll out a possible NFL comeback, mentioning both the Patriots and the Raiders, who he is now a part owner of. Um, which I'm curious on what the rules would be. I don't know if he could be part owner and be a player on the team.
My guess is he could probably play for the team he partially owns, but I think that he would have to sell his share if he wanted to play in the league again.
Yeah, and he's a competitive enough dude that he would do it no problem.
Yeah, because who's to say that he can go play a year and then just get ownership again after he's back or he's done?
Right, right. He just hands it off to someone and then takes it back when he's
hmm
done.
I fear that him coming back, like I know he's an alien like LeBron James, but I feel like, you know, look how old Aaron Rodgers looked on the field for his one game back with the Jets. Um, you put Brady out there who took what now, a year and a half off because it's been since last
Last
winter.
last
Yeah.
postseason.
Yeah. So it's been a while since he's been on the field. I mean, yeah, sure he's probably done workouts or been working out, but I don't know. Nothing compares to reps. And I feel like when you're not out there actually doing the moves, you're more injury prone. And I don't know if I would say he's a high risk right now. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea for him to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he has anything to prove other than, just his love of the game. I just
hmm
don't want to see Brett Favre 2.0. Not that I'm comparing the two. Only reason I say that is, this is Brady's second time retiring now. Favre came out of retirement, what, two or three times?
Two times.
Yeah. Same story each time essentially. Um, I don't think he needs that rep as, Brett Favre, the dude that came out of retirement twice. Um, Brady should just, hang it up while he can. I know he misses the game and, he has every opportunity to still be a part of the game, but I don't think he has anything else to prove and he shouldn't risk the longevity of the rest of his life with his kids. Um, and anything else um, on playing one more year of football, unless it means winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
If it were, for example, like the Brown situation last year, say Joe Flacco got hurt, Browns had the number one defense. I mean, maybe I'm being a little biased as a Browns fan, but if it was a circumstance like that, or even like the 49ers, then Yeah, why not?
I couldn't even imagine if Tom played for us.
Oh, Cleveland would go nuts.
I feel like that's like if Steph Curry came to play for the Cavaliers,
Yeah,
which at this point I don't think I'd care. Same thing with Tom Brady. Like I wouldn't care if he came, but if you gave me like 2015 Tom Brady or 2015 Steph Curry,
yeah. Speaking of Curry, did you see that he unfollowed the Warriors after they lost last night?
oh geez. No, I didn't see that, but
No, I
what
think
about,
that whole dynasty is about to collapse.
yeah. Shit, we might see Steph Curry end up on the Cavs.
Yeah, we'll get into the NBA here in a little bit. Um, but back to the NFL, we had a couple of actual news things that happened. With Josh Allen finally signing his extension with the Jaguars. 5 years, $150 million.
He
Um,
left the Bills?
so yeah, Josh Allen from Kentucky playing on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now has his big payday that he deserved.
Yeah.
Played amazing last year. I don't think he gets paid this much if he didn't play as good as he did last year. Um, couldn't ask for perfect time, more perfect timing, honestly, from him.
Hmm.
Even though the Jaguars are in a weird place right now, um, where they're just kind of, we don't know. We think they could be okay. They could either be really good or they could just be a disappointment.
They're
Um,
gonna have a tough division this year.
yeah, that division ain't gonna be so easy now.
Last year, I think it was one of the worst. This year, it might be one of the better ones. I still think that the NFC South is going to be the worst division.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think anything changes with that.
Just Kirk Cousins,
If
but
there's not getting a first overall or first round pick this year, um, no one really improved that much. I really think that division's Baker's and the Buccaneers for the taking, and basically theirs to lose.
yeah. I mean, I think Kirk Cousins and the Falcons have a lot to prove with their roster and a new head coach. I think that they're gonna try to make a statement, but ultimately, I still think it's the Buccaneers.
Yeah, yeah. I would take the Buccaneers if you asked me today. Um, I think the Falcons will be competitive. Um, I just like that, the Buccaneers brought back everyone from last year.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
they played tough with the Lions, honestly. They played tough all the way up to the end. I mean,
yeah. Just a simple mistake.
yeah, just a simple mistake, and that cost them the game. Um, so yeah, I'm actually looking forward to watching the Bucks this year, whenever they're on. But that's going to be a tough competition between the Falcons and the Bucks, especially since I took the Falcons last year to win that division. Dylan, are you still with me? Hold on one second. We'll be right back, guys. All right, and welcome back. Um, had a little disconnect with Mr. Fields here, but he's back and alive. Um, But we'll go ahead and get into the next piece of news. DeForest Buckner got his little extension from the Colts for 2 years. And then DeVonta Smith got his extension with the Eagles for 3 years, 75 million. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more on the Smith in the Eagles extension. What do you think this means for the long-term um, deal with AJ Brown being in Philadelphia? Because I feel like this definitely has something longer term.
I I feel like he's gonna get traded.
Yeah, I don't know when exactly. I don't know if it's going to be this year, if they're going to play it out one more year and see how it goes. But I think that he will more than likely get traded either this year and after this year.
Hmm.
I would say more likely going into the next season after the season. Um, the Chargers have signed Ohio State or former Ohio State running back J.K. Dobbins. So
I'm
J.K.
excited for him.
Dobbins, I am too, but he's a little bit of a traitor playing for a Michigan coach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see him back on the field. Um, Hopefully the Chargers will take better care of him than the Baltimore Ravens, who graded horribly with their training facility,
Mm-hmm.
um, their staff. So yeah, very excited for him. Hopefully we can see him and Gus Edwards, um, both former Ravens running backs, light it up for the Chargers and hopefully make that division competitive.
Yeah, that is how they both went there.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. But they're easily the number one and two running backs there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so hopefully healthy season from J.K. Dobbins, one of my favorite Ohio State Buckeyes that I watched growing up. Um, the Browns officially announced their white face mask returning. I know we got it leaked a little bit ago that we were going to get the white face mask, but they today officially announced that it's coming. Are you excited about the white face mask?
Um, you know, it's just a face mask. I'd like for us to win.
Yeah.
I feel like
Do you like it better than the brown one?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that this is more of our traditional look. This goes back to like the 80s and 90s with the white face mask and um all through high school. My helmet was orange with the white face mask with the brown and white stripe. Minus we had a decal on the side of script Bucks, more like the script Florida on the side of the Gators helmets. Um, but it's gonna be sweet because it just is gonna feel more like my days. But um, ultimately, I just want us to win. I am
Yeah.
intrigued though by the third helmet option if we do get something cool.
What was that?
Like there's the option to have a third helmet now.
A third helmet?
Yeah, didn't you see there's a third helmet design?
No.
Mm-hmm.
What's the third helmet design?
I don't know.
Huh.
You can have three helmets, like how we have the white one and the orange one.
I wonder if they would ever go, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd be kind of pissed if they did it. Have you ever seen those brown helmets that they have?
Yeah,
I don't like them, but I wonder if they would go with that.
I don't know. There is a rendering online that's the brown helmet and it's got Brownie the elf on the sides, and I'm like, I don't want a logo.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
When
I'm
our
very
logo
picky.
is the helmet, like, no. If
Yeah,
anything, put the dog on it.
yeah, I'm very picky with our Browns helmets.
Yeah.
It's
If
just
our
too
logo was
classic.
not the yeah, if our logo was not the helmet, I might not have a problem with it, but
Yeah, we're not putting a helmet on a helmet.
that would be funny though. But we ain't no joke this season. We're coming for it all. Super Bowl or nothing. Let's see. Did you see the Jets' new uniforms? That's basically their color rush uniform.
Yeah. One thing that I don't like about away or the way a lot of these teams are trending is there's like nothing on them. Like there's no logos, there's no wording, there's no Jets, nothing. It's just the NFL shield and then it's just green and white.
Yeah, I will say I think it's at least clean. I like it way better than their previous uniforms because I thought those were some of the ugliest uniforms I'd ever seen.
Yeah, I think those are worse than the Cleveland Browns with the Cleveland across the chest.
And they're about the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about the same level. You could debate whether the Browns are worse or not, just
Mm-hmm. They're
based
up
on
there with
color.
Atlanta's ATL jerseys.
What ones? The ones where it's like all black and then red at the bottom, vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like those. Um, let's see. Um, that's all I had for football news, at least. So let's go ahead and get in a little bit of baseball. We got the number one prospect, Jackson Holiday, getting called up to the Orioles. Just finally got his first hit. Um, he's the son of and future NF or bleh, future MLB Hall of Famer Matt Holliday, who I watched a ton growing up, playing on the Cardinals with my favorite player or one of my favorite players, Albert Pujols. So kind of made me feel old, honestly, because I remember watching
Mhm.
his dad, as a little kid win the World Series in 11. Um, so yeah, no, it's crazy. He's supposedly going to be this, future MLB All-Star. Um, Granted, we've only had a small sample size so far, so and he is getting called up to one of the better teams in the MLB too.
Yeah, which is funny because the Orioles in the past have been such a shit franchise. Um, I think they might have brought him up a little too early. I could be just speaking out of turn because he went like 0 for 11 or 0 for 15 his first couple of starts. But ultimately, if the kid's got talent, they're gonna bring him up. So, you look to see him trend upward, especially with the household name like Holiday.
Yeah, I know he was crushing it at the minor leagues already this season, so maybe they just
Hmm.
saw what he was doing in the minor leagues and thought, why not give him a shot? Uh,
Yeah.
Especially with new ownership too. Uh, have you seen the video of the owners introducing themselves to everyone? They
Uh,
met at a bar and he bought the whole
yeah.
bar beer.
Yep.
Best owner in sports already.
Yeah. That was incredible.
Yeah, I just thought it was crazy how when they first purchased the team, it was kind of like known as anonymous.
Hmm.
It's just, yeah, just two billionaires bought the Orioles. We don't know who, but they're rich.
That's the way to be. Billionaire and anonymous.
Yeah. The Oakland A's, who were supposed to be really bad, won three straight this last weekend for the first time since May 2021,
Hmm.
which
They're
is,
still very bad though.
oh yeah, they're still bad, but I mean, you haven't won three straight games since May 2021. That is crazy. It is 2024, almost May 2024.
Poverty franchise. Poverty owner.
Poverty owner,
Time to sell the team.
just sell the team. Don't move them from Oakland. I always thought that stadium was cool, other than when they made it a football field.
Yeah.
I always thought that was stupid. Um, Moving on to some basketball. Kentucky found John Calipari's replacement with former BYU head coach Mark Pope, who played on the Kentucky championship team in, I believe it was 94, um, and had a legendary um, entrance to his press conference, getting off a bus with all that championship team that he played
Hmm.
on. I thought that was sweet.
Holding the trophy.
Yeah, and hopefully can bring life to Kentucky basketball because with it being a big brand, um, and in all honesty, more attention was on the women's tournament this year than the men's.
Yeah.
Uh, Time for Kentucky basketball to come back up. It'll be down for a year probably, but
Yeah. I mean, unless you're expecting a lot of good either transfers or recruits right out of the gates, it's going to be tough to develop that chemistry with, these young kids, new coach, new franchise, new era. I mean, it's going to be probably a good 2 to 3 years before they're even talking anything past Elite Eight.
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. Um, Switch over to NBA. Paul Pierce on a podcast, which if you know me, I absolutely hate Paul Pierce. Um, but he suggests a Donovan Mitchell for LeBron James and Lakers first round picks for LeBron's farewell tour with Bronny in Cleveland. Would you be for that or not?
Mm, I don't know. I think we've talked about this before. I kind of hate that it's always like, I'm gonna leave you and go get a championship somewhere else after I just put you in poverty, and now I'm gonna come back. And
Put you in
then
poverty.
what? Then what? The next 5 years are gonna be right back where we were twice.
Yeah, I'm not bending over backwards for it. Um, I mean, unless we were gonna lose Mitchell for nothing, then whatever at that point. But I'm not like jumping up and down to redo our entire roster for LeBron's return
Yeah.
for the third time.
I don't, yeah. I mean, I love him. He was my childhood, but I don't think I want him back at this point. I don't really care to have Bronny, if I'm being honest.
More attention than we need.
Well, it's just aside from a few like flashy plays, it's not like he's averaging 18 to 20 points as a freshman in college. I mean, this kid's averaging like 6 or 7 points off the bench. I mean, he probably just started towards the end of the season, but he wasn't really like moving the earth.
Yeah, he's not the groundbreaking player like his father. And granted, I'm not going to hold him to that standard either because that's a hard standard to hold someone to.
Yeah. We have so
LeBron or
much young
bust. Like,
we have so much young talent that unfortunately I think Bronny wouldn't even play over Amani Bates or Craig Porter or Sam Merrill. I mean, I know we don't have to keep all these players, but you're telling me that he's going to play over these other guys who've been developed and been on a two-way contract just because he's LeBron James' son? I don't think that he's better than those guys.
no, no, I don't think so either. Obviously, some team's going to take him because
Yeah.
for the publicity.
No, it's
I'm not
Matt
gonna
or
make it seem like he's a scrub either, but
it's Jackson Holiday. I mean, you got the name. I mean, once you have that household name, shoot. I mean, if Kobe Bryant had boys,
oh, they'd be in the
yeah.
NBA draft right now. Oh yeah. I almost feel like it'd be kind of silly for LeBron's son to actually enter the NBA draft, especially since he was the top NIL player in college this year,
Mm-hmm.
even over people like Caitlin Clark and Caleb Williams. He was still number one.
Yeah, which I do want to talk about Caitlin Clark a little bit here.
Yeah, she got selected by the Indiana Fever, but go ahead and say what you wanted to about her.
So Caitlin Clark was selected number one overall in the 2024 WNBA draft. Victor Wembanyama was selected number one overall in the 2023-24 NBA draft. Victor Wembanyama's rookie contract was $12 million. Hers was 4 years, $300,000, broken down to 70 grand a year. Now, a lot of people are complaining and saying, how can this be? Like I get paid more money to sit in a cubicle and do nothing and this and that. Well, there's a really good sketch by Bill Burr once where he just looked out in the crowd and said, "It's your fault. Did you go to the games? Did you buy the jerseys? Did you support the WNBA and watch their games on TV? Did you do this? Did you do that? You want the girls to make more money? You gotta buy in." And I'm not gonna be one of those people who sit there and say she should make more money because she should. That should go out without a question. What I will say is I think she's going to be the person to like change the tide. Already Fanatics came out and said that her jerseys sold out overnight, all sizes. And that's the
Oh,
first time since Trevor Lawrence in 2021. Um, I don't know how many times it's happened before, but for a female athlete, all her jerseys are gone. That's impressive.
Oh yeah. I mean, even the jump between this year's WNBA draft and last year's WNBA draft,
Hmm.
it I forget what the stat was. I want to say it was like 317 times uh like the amount of people. It was I want to say it was like 3.5 million people tuned into it.
Yeah, and
Compared to
I
that
feel like
half
you knew a
million
lot.
that did last year.
I feel like you knew a lot more names this year just from how much coverage the W or the NCAA tournament got.
Oh yeah, and Angel Reese, um, the girl from Cameron Brink from
Hmm.
Stanford, um,
Cardosa.
Perdosa, yeah. Um, and I think women's basketball is still going to be in a great spot with, Paige Buchers being a big name for UConn still.
Hmm.
There's still a lot of good names out there. Haley Van Lith, I believe that's her last name.
And she entered the transfer portal, so that's going to be a big story going into next season.
Yeah, I saw that she visited Mississippi State, who apparently has been going after just all the Team USA players. Um,
Sure.
which yeah, good for her. Um, but yeah, I think women's basketball is in an excellent spot right now. Definitely excited. I'm actually excited to watch Caitlin Clark's first game in the WNBA, especially with all the comments that a lot of these former players have been making.
Right.
And just the overall impact on how packed these crowds are going to be.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I mean their tickets are already on sale. I saw somebody on Twitter already bought tickets for the game um out here in Ohio, but to travel to Indiana to go.
oh yeah, she was on Pat McAfee today too.
Caitlin.
Yeah, and he gave Pat from the it was gifted from the Colts, and Pat was supposed to give it to Caitlin Clark.
Oh.
Um, a Colts jersey number 22 with her name on it, and said that she could play any position she wanted. Um, after former Iowa legend and Colts legend Dwight Clark always used to tell Pat about how she has that Peyton mentality. I just thought it was cool just hearing them talk about her process and just the praise that she's been getting lately, and I'm all for it.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I'd love to have Alex back on the show, with him already being pretty knowledgeable about the WNBA from
Oh
working
yeah.
in the industry, just his thoughts overall and what this all could impact. Um,
They his team, the Wings, just got that girl from Ohio State.
yeah, yeah, that was really good too. Um,
He was upset he wasn't invited to Star Wars Saturday.
was he really?
Yes, we have to have him on the next one.
Okay, we can do that.
Probably when Bad Batch ends, which
Well, did you tell him that we rushed it? Because I mean, we
yes.
literally did that at like
Yeah.
last minute after the Cavs game.
Yeah, I told him it was for the beer.
Yeah. By the way, if you guys did not tune in last episode, I still have the can. We tried Mango Fett, which was gifted by our friend Dave, which Dave actually mentioned. There's a Star Wars bar opening up in Cleveland that I 100% want to try.
Astro.
Yeah, it's not necessarily all Star Wars, but it's sci-fi films. And if you know me and Dylan um, well enough, you know that we are big, Marvel, Star Wars, sci-fi fans. Which, by the way,
We'll be
I
there.
watched Dune again, um, and it was absolutely amazing. Um, I had to watch it the second time to really process what I watched the first time. And now Dune 2 is available for rent, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually rent movies, but I'm half debating it
Hmm.
just to watch Dune 2.
I'll wait till it's on HBO Max.
That's fair. That's fair. It depends if they catch me on a really bored day.
I have been on a roll with Prime lately. I think that they've got some of the best stuff coming out right now with like The Boys and Invincible and now Fallout, which took my breath away. I never played that game. I never played The Last of Us, and I really enjoyed The Last of Us for what it was. And Fallout has been nothing but amazing.
Oh, Fallout was amazing. I finished it last night. Um, Phenomenal show. The humor also in it was top tier.
Hmm.
I don't know how far you've gotten, but
I'm on episode 5 right now.
okay, yeah, I won't spoil it then because I know it's in this episode.
How many are there?
8.
Oh, okay.
They're all an hour long though, which is
Very
nice.
typical.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, absolutely loved Fallout. I played some of the games. I didn't play like all the way through. It was more or less one of those like my friend was playing it and let me play for a little bit growing up, like, and then I played Fallout 3. So that was the only one that I played like all the way through. But never mind, you haven't watched it all the way through, so I can't spoil. I can't spoil.
I mean, are those characters from the sh from the game?
Not exactly, but it uses a lot of lore.
Like, what about the ghoul?
And not the ghoul in particular, but there are ghouls in the game.
Okay. Which I thought that's probably one of my favorite characters.
Oh, that is my favorite character.
I love Lucy, but there's just something about the ghoul and his story background and like the thumbs up ending up being like because of the mushroom cloud. Like I never knew that when I saw the little logo, the little guy.
Yeah, apparently I brought that up to my mom because my mom's a little bit older. I'm like, did they teach you as a kid if the cloud is bigger than your thumb? She was like, yep, if it's bigger than your thumb, you're doomed. If it's not bigger than your thumb, you can still run.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's nuts. But yeah, no, it was awesome. I can't wait for you to get to the end. Um, and I can't wait for season 2. I just want them to announce it already.
Yeah. You gotta
Uh,
get on. You gotta finish X-Men.
I haven't even started, other than the
It's
first 2 minutes.
I'm telling you, it's so worth it.
I just need to watch that recap video you sent me, and then I'll watch it because
It's it's so good.
I know.
It's almost over too. It's already episode 6, and I believe there's only 10.
Oh wow, I gotta catch up then. Anyways, let's go ahead. And there was one last thing before we get into the Masters and the NBA playoff preview. Just that Jontay Porter, who is the brother of Michael Porter Jr., who was also caught gambling on his own game. Um, Pretty quickly too, because I don't think many players or many people were gonna bet a prop on Jontay Porter. Um, is now banned from the NBA for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone's going to be crying for him to come back like Pete Rose getting in the Baseball Hall of Fame. But yeah, what a way to not even make it through your entire rookie year.
Yeah, that's just what a waste. It was
Yeah,
all like I mean, he only earned like 21 grand too.
yeah, not worth, not worth.
The Guardians just lost 2 to
Oh,
nothing.
well, we're not the best team in baseball anymore. But Dylan, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take over a little bit, to cover up the Masters. I tuned in a little bit, but I know that you paid a lot more attention than I did.
Well, I had Max Homa winning.
Same.
I had him at plus 900 on Friday, and a lot of big stories coming into this one. You know, John Rahm is now in live, and he's coming back as the reigning Masters champ. He did not have a great weekend, but he did make the cut, which made it a little better for him so that he didn't have to sit around and wait until Sunday to gift the winner the new jacket. Scotty Scheffler basically just played with his food um, and just blew everybody away. I mean, I think he birdied the last 6 of 9 holes, just put it away. Um, there was a first timer, Ludvig Oberg from Sweden, and he came out cool, calm, and collected as a cucumber, and he basically balled out and was in second place with Max Homa, and there was one more guy. I think it was Tommy Fleetwood,
Yeah.
but essentially, when you're an alien like Scotty Scheffler, who's 27 and just won his second Masters tournament, aside from the other majors, I mean, he's already at, I believe, 5 or 6 majors, and he's
Four.
27.
I think it's four.
4?
Yeah, I think it's only four.
He has 2 majors, two,
Masters.
or I'm sorry, 2 Masters, two, I think, US Opens, and let me see,
I
I've
thought it
got
was
it.
only two when someone looked it up when I was listening to Part of My Tank.
Scotty Scheffler major wins. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. Oh, well, that's annoying.
Was it not give you an answer?
How many majors does he have? He has 2 Masters. No, there's got to be Scotty Scheffler.
I swear
Mm.
they said four.
Right here, best result in. Oh, wow. That's weird. Number of wins in major championships, 2 Masters. He tied second in the PGA Championship and the US Open and tied eighth in the Open Championship in 2021. I guess I thought that a couple of the other tournaments he's won were um, majors because he won the Players Championship back to back. I guess the Players isn't major, so I take that back. He only has 2 major wins. Um, some people are wondering if he can catch up to Tiger Woods. I think he has the potential to do so. I mean, he's just so beyond good.
Yeah, but if you listen to him, it's like I'm pretty sure one of the first things he said, and I mean, this is what a good dad, I guess you would say, or would say, that golf is now his fourth priority with his new kid on the way, or if not here already. Um,
Yeah, he's got enough earnings and deals that he could take a wild break off and just be a parent and a husband. I mean, he's got so much money. I think in the last like 10 days, no, the last month, he's made like $12 million or something crazy, which is like a week and live, but he earned that shit.
oh yeah, absolutely. Um,
So,
One thing I wanted to ask you, and I know it's tradition, and I know the Masters is really strict with their tradition. Um, but I thought Part of My Take made a excellent point. I think it's really weird that the past champion has to put on the jacket for the new champion.
mm, yes and no.
Especially if that former champion was playing in the tournament.
Yeah, I think that it could be changed because the question was asked what happened when Tiger Woods won back to back in 02, 03. The commissioner put it on him. So, or I think either the commissioner of the league or the commissioner of Augusta put it on him. So you could argue that why not just make it universal and just have the commissioner do it every
Right.
year? But they're all about tradition. There's a lot that's behind everything in that like world. Like you cannot be seen wearing the green jacket with jeans. Um,
Yeah, didn't someone get in trouble for that?
yeah, you only get the jacket for a year, and then it gets taken back to Augusta for like their Hall of Fame. So you don't even get like a replica. You just get it for 1 year and then it's gone.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. It's not like a Hall of Fame jacket for the NFL where you get it for your life. If you win the Masters, you know how they have like the honorary dinner the next year for the winner?
Yeah.
The winner covers the bill.
Oh, that's not.
So so John Rahm had a very special like Spanish dinner with Spanish wine, this and that. Apparently, all of that is on the menu for his pleasure and for everybody to eat in his honor, but there's still like the normal menu that you can choose from and the normal bar menu that you can choose from. And one past winner said that like yeah, if you don't like one of the past winners, or I guess now if it was like a live guy like Phil Mickelson, they would basically run up the tab because the winner has to pay for it.
That's nuts.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So that's
Yeah.
just one of the little pieces of tradition aside from not being able to wear jeans or not getting to keep your jacket or the past winner having to crown the new winner. And I think in this case it was kind of awkward because John Rahm did leave the PGA for Live as a the number one player in the world before Scotty. And I mean, there's a lot of bad blood. I mean, John Rahm even said coming out of the weekend, like a lot of people didn't acknowledge him that he thought were friends.
Yeah. No. Live definitely is trying to take over as much as they can.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there who believe that the Saudi Arabians are trying to infiltrate our sports because they want a political power in the US. I don't know how far you want to go down that rabbit hole, but essentially they're aiming at something like the PGA Tour to then fold the PGA Tour because they can't keep up with how much they're willing to pay people. Like I heard a number out there that they're trying to recruit Rory McIlroy for $850 million. Don't know if it's true, and he rejected any rumors, but they have the money to do so to take power over us.
Shoot, with the way Rory's been playing, I would have taken that if I were him.
He should because he's not getting paid. I mean, he's not making any money because he's not finishing in the top 10, let alone winning in any of these tournaments. He is on a very, very long dry spell.
Yeah. Yeah. He hasn't really been relevant for what, 6, 7 years now,
Yeah,
if not longer.
yeah. It's been, I think, at least since like 2019.
Yeah, that's nuts. They even made a video game about him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's my basic Masters recap. Scotty Scheffler is not human. Max Homa just came up short. I think he can do it. I think Max can win it. Um, there was a weird storyline about the amateur. Um, and forgive me, I already forgot his name. But there was a media question asked, and it said, what did Tiger hand you on that first fairway? It looked like he handed you a note. And he kind of awkwardly looked over to one of the officials and looked back and was like, there was no note. That didn't happen. And then moved on. And some people were saying, oh, that was Tiger testing him to see if he'd make it in like the PGA, like I don't know, like a bro code. Like, if I hand you something, can you be quiet about it? Other people were trying to say was Tiger cheating and telling him which club to use, or I don't know. I think if anything, it was just him telling the amateur to meet him on the uh, ninth green at 9 o'clock. Um,
For a sweet
like
kiss.
shoot him, Gavin. Huh?
For a sweet kiss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but all right, let's go ahead and NBA playoffs are starting. We already last night had the Lakers Pelicans play and then the Kings and Warriors where The Lakers secured the seventh seed, and the Pelicans will be playing the Sacramento Kings for that eighth seed on Wednesday. Um, with the Warriors now being out of the playoffs, and I believe that the Heat and Sixers are playing right now, and they are currently in the fourth quarter. Sixers up by 3. Um, I don't think the Heat care what seed they're in, to be honest.
I think if you are the Heat, you'd want to win this game so that you don't have to play the Celtics in the first round. But at the end of the day, I don't think they care.
Yeah, I don't either, especially if you're the seventh seed, you're playing the Knicks who are already banged up and not gonna have Julius Randle. Um, you know, why not go all out for this game? Which is one of the reasons why I think this game is still close as of this moment. Um, but the other game tonight, I could care less who wins in this game. We have the Hawks versus the Bulls. Uh, Either team that plays is going to lose to the loser of this team or loser of this.
Yes.
And if not, I would actually be very shocked. But I think, however, the Kings could be the first team so far in the playing era. They could be the first 10 seed to ever make the playoffs.
I think that's very possible. When I
Especially
was
with Zion
looking,
being rolled out now.
oh yeah, when I was looking at what happened in that game versus the Warriors game, I said for sure I'm taking the Sacramento Kings over the Pelicans.
Oh, absolutely. Brandon Ingram, since he came back, has not, looked very great. Um, Zion literally bent over backwards, dropped 40 points, and that still wasn't enough. I know he exited the game early, but uh, wasn't enough to overcome LeBron and the Lakers. Anthony Davis is, playing at a very high level. Healthy season for him too, which is a huge plus. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the Lakers they're dangerous. Granted, if you're a huge LeBron stan and want to see them advance, I don't know if they're going to do that because I don't think they have the firepower to take over the Nuggets. If they played the Thunder, maybe. Because there were some people saying that the Lakers should have tanked the last night's game, which I think that's
Really?
a stupid idea. Oh yeah, 'cause then they would be paired up against the Thunder rather than the Denver Nuggets. But I'm like, if you're really that much of a threat, you're gonna have to play them eventually, anyways.
Yeah,
So I've never understood that thinking.
me
In
neither.
my opinion, that's a loser's mentality and just trying to get the easiest path possible, the fraud path.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, by the time this podcast comes out, we'll already know who will be officially in the playoffs. Um, well, actually, no, we won't. We won't. Never mind. We'll know who won tonight's game, and who will be playing for the eighth seed for both conferences. I thought that they were playing. I thought they were playing Thursday. I guess they play Friday. Okay, interesting. Wow. Okay, so they're gonna be playing. That's set up kind of terribly, actually, because they play Friday, and then the winners of those games automatically just jump right into the playoffs the next day. So, like, winner of the, or wait, I'm reading this wrong. Okay, seventh seed has a break. I thought that was crazy. I thought I was reading it as the eighth seed. Basically, they play Friday night and then they jump right into a playoff series on Saturday morning.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's very crazy. Well, yeah. What do you think of the Cavs chances against the Orlando Magic?
Truthfully, I'd love to say that we're gonna sweep them, but there's a good chance that we get swept and Bickerstaff gets fired the next day.
Honestly, if it means Bickerstaff gets fired, sure. I don't want to get swept though.
No, I mean I really think that
Give
the
me
Cavs
just
will
give me a
win.
better playoff series. I honestly, if it goes to 7 and we lose, whatever. Whatever. I definitely don't want to lose, but um if we get Bickerstaff fired, I mean, I hate
Hmm.
like seeing people get fired, but we got to get rid of Bickerstaff.
A
Um
lot of people are for it.
yeah. I'm excited for the first game though on Saturday. Unfortunately, I'll be at a wedding that day. Um, so hopefully I'll be able to sneak around and go on my phone because I don't personally know the people that are getting married. It's one of Caitlin's friends. So I'm just gonna, sneak
I'll
away
be
on
at
my
the
phone and,
Guardians working.
huh?
I'll be at the Guardians working.
What time do they play again? They
One
play
o'clock.
at oh yeah, I'm gonna be well into that wedding. So hopefully I'll be at least able to watch some of it. What
Yeah,
time do the Guardians play? Saturday.
I don't know. I know they're home
Oh, you'll be
against
able to
Oakland.
watch most of it. They play at 6:10.
Yeah, I don't work during the game. I still work like a 9 to 4.
Oh, well, I bet they'll have it there.
I mean, we're gonna turn it on.
Yeah.
We'll have it on.
And you
The
said you're gonna
Guardians will finally be on TV this weekend. They're playing on ESPN on Sunday.
wait, who plays on ESPN?
Guardians on Sunday.
Oh.
You know the Red Sox are in town next week.
Yeah, I'm going Thursday.
Are you? The 1 o'clock game?
Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah, my dad wanted to go to a game and he's not a big fan of driving up to downtown Cleveland or driving home from downtown Cleveland at night, so
Fair.
he wanted to go at 1:10. So I think as of right now, we're going to that game.
Fair enough. I'm probably gonna be working that night too. I think. Yeah.
On Thursday.
I'm gonna go up right after work. Although that might be tricky.
I was gonna
Game
say,
should be
how
over.
would that work? Because the game would be done before you got there.
Well, we started doing night shifts in the warehouse.
Oh,
So we work like 5 to 9,
oh, okay.
grinding, grinding in the basement.
In the basement.
I saw Mr. Judge last weekend. He was a mammoth of a human being.
I saw that. Yeah, he is. I remember when I worked there for All-Star Weekend, seeing how huge he was.
Mm-hmm.
I still couldn't get over. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed when I saw how short Jason Kipnis was.
Yeah.
He is so
Mm-hmm.
short. He's just like my girlfriend.
Very
So
short.
but other than that, very excited for the NBA playoffs. If you had to choose an NBA champion today, who would you choose?
God, I want to pick the Thunder, but I don't know. I really want to pick the Thunder over the Celtics, but something tells me everyone's gonna pick the Celtics, even though it's really the Nuggets league. But I think if I'm gonna pick anybody, it's gonna be the Thunder.
Thunder. I think the Denver Nuggets are gonna repeat. Um, but I could easily see Boston, depending on how they play in this postseason. I could
Hmm.
easily see Boston pulling away. I know Boston doesn't want Miami in the first round.
I don't want to see them.
Yeah, I don't want to see Jason. Well, I don't want to see Jason Tatum in a Celtics uniform playing for the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
I just want this playoffs to be entertaining. That's all I ask. Just give me good basketball. I'll live with whoever makes it.
Yeah, I'm here for storylines. So give me the Kings being the first 10th seed.
Yeah, give me the Kings being the first 10 seed. Like last year, it was cool. First ever NBA Finals appearance for the Denver Nuggets. They win the title. Awesome story. Um, Heat make the NBA Finals from the play-in tournament. Awesome story. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Looking for more awesome stories this offseason and this NBA playoffs. But other than that, Dylan, is there anything that you wanted to talk about before we get off this episode?
Not that I can think of. I'm just looking real quick before we get off. Um, let's see. No, I think we're looking pretty good.
I just saw that picture you sent me of
Oh yeah.
downtown Akron.
Oh, April 28th, FXE Wrestling. My buddy Bruce would kill me if I didn't give him the plug. If you are into WWE or was a WWE fan growing up, my good friend who lives in Tennessee is chasing his wrestling career, and they've got a live show April 28th. They do have a link to purchase for $5 to watch it like a stream. FXE, Frank X-Ray Echo Wrestling. Um, Check out Ray Bruce. He's killing it. Another famous wrestler in this program is named Brandon Davis. Do you know Brandon Davis,
No.
the podcaster from Phase Zero?
No, I'm very out of touch with the wrestling world. So whenever you and Alex talk about WWE or anything in that group chat, I have no clue what you're talking about. Like I had no clue who Cody Rhodes was until like a couple weeks, like a week ago.
Well, this isn't really, I mean, this isn't WWE. So, backstory real quick. I've been listening to Phase Zero Marvel podcast for like 3 years, and the host of it's Brandon Davis. He's the guy in the red carpet that you always see with like actors in like the comic book in a picture where it's like
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking
he
about.
wrestles at Bruce's school. And I've been trolling him on his Instagram and Twitter because he'll post stuff for like Marvel, and I'll be like, you don't want the smoke with Ray Bruce, or like somebody put like BD Brandon Davis versus so and so, who you got? And I put Ray Bruce. And I've just been trolling online for him. And one of the other wrestlers at the school saw my comment and liked it, and I was just laughing. But I told him, I said, go into practice and ask Brandon Davis if he's getting annoyed with the trolls. But um yeah, I mean I watched WrestleMania for the first time in probably 16 years, and that said a lot for me because I gave up watching pro wrestling a long time ago because I felt like I got too old for it, and I felt like it lost its touch, lost its magic. And truthfully, I'm not like 100% back yet, but it's gotten a lot better and it's fun to watch. It's very nostalgic right now. And it's fun. Me and Gabby watched WrestleMania and we had a blast. Um, there was one last thing. Oh, do you have the Barstool Golf app yet?
Yes.
You downloaded it
Yeah, I've used it.
and you use it?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Why were you gonna get a
I got a free box of balls already. And I
Oh,
had that other Barstool hat that I got for free because of how many signings or bookings I did and how many referrals I got. But um, I just got a box of TaylorMades, so I can't go out and play. My league starts in 2 weeks
nice.
with Big Dave.
Big Dave.
Dave, Dave and I are the dark horses of the year. We are like at like plus 1,500, plus 2,000 to win the league.
Did you guys actually set odds?
No,
Oh,
no,
that's something I could see you guys doing.
yeah. But no, that's it for me. Make sure you gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have an issue. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.